So today we're going to talk about what to expect as a med-surg nurse being floated to the ER. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Welcome back to Health Wise Shula. I am super excited to be here with you today. If you are a returning subscriber, I love you. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for supporting me. Without your support, I wouldn't be able to go this far. So thank you. If you are new to this channel, welcome and thank you so much for joining us. To join this family is free of charge. You just need to click the like and the subscribe button. So today we are going to talk about what to expect when you're being floated to another unit, especially the ER. So as a med-surg nurse, when you're being floated to the ER, what to expect, what you need to know, and what you need to do when floated to the ER. So I am getting ready to go to work right now. I am going to go ahead and do my makeup while shooting this video. So that I don't go to work late. As nurses, we do multitask. So I will be talking to you about floating to the ER, what to expect while doing my makeup so I can go to work early today. And no, we do not go to work with blue hair, with colored hair like this. I know some, jobs they accept it, but where I work right now, we don't do blue hairs. They only accept natural hair colors. So because today is Halloween, we can dress, we can have a costume, which I don't know what costume I'm wearing apart from this blue hair because it matched my son's costume. He was Catboy. If you know PJ Masks.
I'm Catboy. I'm Owlette. I'm Gecko. And we're the PJ Masks.
Really windy today, as you can tell from the window, that from the trees. It's really windy. I don't know if the wind is gonna affect the sound of this video, but if it does, I do apologize. So today we are going to be talking about what to expect as a med-surg nurse being floated to the ER. As you all know, right now there is really a shortage in nurses, so most nurses are being floated all around. So we're going to be seeing a lot of nurses being floated around, and I am shooting this video to prepare any med-surg nurse that's going to be floated to the ER. So the first thing you need to know about floating to the ER is that the ER is fast-paced and chaotic. I know on the med-surg floor, sometimes it could be really fast-paced, but the ER has another kind of fast-paced, like it's different. So once you're floating to the ER, just have that mentality that it's gonna be fast-paced. And not every shift is chaotic, not every shift is fast-paced, but you have to be able to think fast and act fast when floated to the ER. So as a med-surg nurse, when floating to the ER, another thing you need to know about is the teamwork. The ER is really good on teamwork. Like every time I've been floated to the ER, there is a lot of teamwork in the ER, and you cannot survive working in the ER without teamwork because there's just a lot going on at the same time. So I really appreciate the ER nurses for the teamwork. On the med-surg floor, there is teamwork on the med-surg floor, but sometimes you can really survive without that teamwork. You can go ahead and draw your labs, you do a patient care, you can do most of the things by yourself without really depending on someone on the med-surg floor. But in the ER, it's really different because there you have the pharmacists, the doctors, the nurses all working together. And once you're floated to the ER, as a med-surg nurse, when floated to the ER, don't worry about your patient load or what you're gonna experience over there. The ER nurses are really great in helping out. They know that you're from the med-surg floor or whichever floor you're from. So when they're doing their triage, they know the patient load that they're giving to you. So don't worry thinking that you don't know what to do or be nervous about floating to the ER. And of course, if you need any assistance with anything while there, they are always ready to help. I'm telling you, like, ER nurses are really super cool with helping those who float over there. So as a med-surg nurse, you would have a lot of help. They will triage the patients and give you the more stable patients, unless in a situation where, you know, there's been like a mass casualty or something that it's really, you know, out of normal, then you can, you know, have trauma patients. But all the times that I've floated to the ER, I've mostly had stable patients, except for one time where there was really a crisis and they needed more hands, you know. But if not, as a med-surg nurse being floated to the ER, you would mostly be given like stable patients you're comfortable dealing with, and the ER nurses will, you know, take care of the trauma cases. They'll take care of the trauma patients. So don't worry, just know that the ER nurses are really great nurses. They know what they're doing and they are there to help. While in the ER, the teamwork is great because there's physicians, pharmacists, you know, nurses, everybody's working together. It's hands-on. You have to activate when you go to the ER is your critical thinking skills. So in the med-surg floor, yes, we do use our critical thinking skills, but like I mentioned earlier, it's different in the ER because it's fast-paced. You have to think fast too. You know, with the ER, there's a thin line between life and death with the patient's condition, so you have to be thinking really fast how you can stabilize that patient's condition as well as minimize the patient's pain. The fourth thing you need to focus on when being floated to the ER is for you to have a retentive memory. Yes, you have to be able to think like a waitress. That's what I put it, because the doctors are just shooting orders out there, you know. And I always used to wonder how the waitress usually does that. Like, they take all these orders for all 7 people and they bring everything as order. So the ER, it's almost the same thing, where the nurses have to take orders, you know, immediate orders right there. The doctor is just shooting orders, and it could be 1, 2, 3 doctors just giving different orders, you know, draw these labs, BMP, CBC, you know, X-ray, EKG, you know, MRI. So it's
get an EKG and redraw labs, CMP and tropes.
Yes, just all these orders, and you have to have the retentive memories to be like, okay, what am I doing next? What am I doing next? What am I doing next?
0.5 ET tube and a 4 Mac laryngoscope.
Yes, Dr. Hospital.
No. So like I mentioned earlier, there's teamwork, so you don't have to be worried about you doing all this by yourself. As the doctor is shooting all those orders out, there's nurses already drawing the labs, there's nurses already, you know, bringing the EKG machine in there. So, you know, there, I just love the teamwork in the ER. So don't be worried, don't be concerned. And you know, if you find yourself in a situation where you are frustrated, just holler one of those ER nurses and ask for help. So the fifth and final point is for you to be physically, mentally, and emotionally ready. I'm going to go ahead and just apply this on my face. So like I mentioned earlier, I have to go to work today, so I'm just going to apply this white powder on my face as we continue to talk about med-surg floating to the ER. I know you're probably wondering why I'm putting white on my face, because we are wearing masks. We have the facial mask. I don't like to see the color, you know, if I put brown powder on, or, you know, brown foundation or anything brown, when I take off the mask and I see all that on the mask, I really don't like it. So I usually just go for white powder when I'm going to work. So the fifth and final point when floating to the ER is for you to be physically stable, you know, mentally stable and emotionally stable. So physically stable because it's gonna be fast-paced. Like I said, you have to be ready to be on your feet, back and forth. Emotionally stable, you have to be emotionally stable because you should be emotionally ready to see people dying. You know, you should be emotionally ready to after doing all what you can, and you still can help somebody survive. So it's emotionally draining to see that you've done everything you could, and not only one person, 2, 3 people dying right in front of you, that you could, your team couldn't save them. In a message floor, we also experienced loss of our patients, but it's rare. You have to be emotionally ready to be able to handle situations like that. You just have to prepare physically, mentally, emotionally, and even spiritually. Like me, before going to work, I always say prayer. As nurses, we have healing hands. All medical fields, you have that healing hands. So you just pray. I pray that God should use these hands to heal, use these hands to save lives, because we all. So we've come to the end of this video. If you've watched this far, thank you so much for watching. Like I said earlier, my makeup is really basic. It's just my eyes I focus on. Once my eyes are done, I am good to go. So thank you so much for watching. I hope this information was helpful. If this information was helpful, please click on the like button and also share this video with everyone you know. Also, if you haven't subscribed to this channel yet, what are you waiting for? Thank you again for watching, and I love you for watching. Bye bye.